All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. Dean, Mike. I figured we'd spotlight some female-fronted grunge bands. This one's actually probably not considered a grunge band because it was so far back, but they've been considered one of the early founders of the grunge scene. Singer Tina Marie Bell is considered an early grunge pioneer and was dubbed as the godmother of grunge and queen of grunge.
Wow.
Some interesting stuff, man. Kurt Cobain was actually a roadie for this band.
Wow.
Yeah. And then when Kurt started recording, their first album, Bleach, was recorded in the same spot or studio as this band and their first record.
Huh.
It says they formed in 1983. The band also included bassist Scott Ledgerwood and drummer Matt Cameron. The later went on to Soundgarden and Pearl Jam, of course. She was born and raised in Seattle, by the way. Says Seattle Times said the legacy of Bell, a black woman, has often been overlooked in a genre typically associated with long hair white guys. These include Seattle breakout bands like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. Future Nirvana founder Kurt Cobain once served as a roadie for the band and was also a fan.
That's a chick.
Yeah. I'm fairly familiar with this band. I just know of them, but I never really got to really dive into them at all. I never listened to them. So this will be a new listen for both of us.
Nice.
And we're going to do the song Ground Zero, which came from, this is like a remastered, I guess is technically the term.
So this song is a remastered song?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it came from the album Free Fall from Space. I think it was like the songs on this album were like B-sides, unreleased material from the first record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, let's just jump in. It's called Ground Zero.
Cool. This side of ground zero, doing time, receiving and frame. We share a few laughs between us, maybe our last. It's hard to tell, swimming in highballs on ground zero. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know honestly how I felt about the composition of the song, honestly. I mean, it's a rough recording too. It's an old one.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, it's a simple, you know, straightforward, you know, um, I mean, as you can tell, it's not letting Cameron, you know, play in all his glory.
yeah, that's the one thing I noticed too was a very, very standard drum beat, not really anything too technical or intricate.
Yeah,
The guitar
yeah,
tone was cool. I love the way the guitar sounded. I like that
yeah,
delay that was going
yeah,
on. There was some delay going on.
yeah. hmm And then there's a delay on the snare too. That
Oh,
and then um yeah, there was some the delay was going with the fucking tempo. Well,
huh.
on the guitars and the fucking drums, like because it sounded like there was some reverb on the drums that was the same that was going with the same tempo, like on the snare, when you just hit it, bam, bam,
Yeah.
you know.
Huh, I wonder if some of that was supposed to be sort of kind of playing into that whole sci-fi storytelling.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. Yeah. hmm Um, Usually ground zero is like that. When they say ground zero, that's when something fucking started. Like that's
Right.
where it all began. So um, and this was 3 miles from it. So yeah, 3 miles from ground zero.
Huh.
I can't see the sun, still hasn't shone. Searching across the water, what's that I see? Could it be the home of the final destroyer? Um, yeah,
Hmm.
it keeps referring to the home of the final destroyer. Like it all ended there, like the war. Um, yeah, something like that. But then there's verse two, which is this side of ground zero, doing time with Stevie and Frank. We shared a few laughs between us, maybe our last. It's hard to tell. Swimming in highballs at ground zero. Now, what the hell is swimming in highballs? I don't know what that means. I don't, yeah, I don't know what that means. And I don't know who Stevie and Frank is. Um, Either way, looks like they were having a good time um, before it all went to shit. Attack of the clip, attack of the killer clams from Mars. Giving up your life. Oh no. We've got to run from this beach while we can. Don't want to be a dead hero. So
Huh.
yeah. So it's the aliens could be the killer clams from Mars. We've got to run from this beach while we can. Don't want to be a dead hero. So like it's apparently happening at a beach from ground zero.
Well, it can't be on Mars then, right?
Yeah, yeah, it can't be there. Unless that's what happened to Mars before it got all dried up.
Right. So I don't know if there's some kind of like
Oh no, no, no,
alternate.
no, no. It can't be because it says attack of the killer clams from Mars. So yeah, on whatever planet they're at, the killer clams are coming from Mars.
It's a strange song, man. Um,
I mean, I like the way she was singing it.
it was okay. I was
I
just
mean,
overall, I think, expecting something much different from this whole band because I think they were kind of qualified as a punk band initially. I knew they weren't going to be a grunge band per se as far as the whole scene went because they were so early on, but they were considered like a punk rock band.
huh?
But this to me wasn't that
It
wasn't too
wasn't.
heavy to me.
Yeah, it wasn't punk. Um,
Maybe
it
it's just
sounded.
sort of the they're obviously very DIY. They're very like minimal, very small. So they must have
Yeah, it
the
sounded
ethos
like a
of a punk band,
psychedelic.
probably.
Sounded kind of psychedelic stoner rock or something.
Yeah, more progressive kind of sounding.
Yeah,
I like that she was, one of the first African American female fronted punk rock band, in a punk rock band. That's cool.
yeah,
She's obviously
yeah.
made a lot of she's inspired a lot of people because of that. That's, the whole thing is pretty cool. but I don't know if this song really did it for me.
Yeah, well, I agree. I just I didn't have any preconceived ideas of what they were. Like I didn't know they were, they had a punk background even. I thought it was just, you know, like a Stone version of Susie and the Banshees or something. It's you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. And it does have that too. I mean, like Skin Yard kind of had this sound a little bit too, even with the strange lyrics.
Right, right.
I think that whole post-punk sound that was happening in the 80s was still influencing a lot of music.
Even though it did have Cameron on it,
Yeah.
it was like, well, the only cool thing he was doing on there was, the fucking doom, that boom, that boom, that,
Yeah.
that kick part, that boom. That's, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely, I mean, this is obvious. This was before Skin Yard even, so he's obviously in his first recordings right here. I mean, this has got to be one of his first ever recordings.
And that's the thing, like when you join a band too, like you're sometimes you do play the things that you're just like not that you don't agree with, but you have to do it because, it's part of the piece,
Right.
and you just sometimes whoever wrote it, we're just like, yeah, just keep it straight, um, you know, and just keep it like simple, and because I've done that in bands where like, okay, all right, whatever, I'll be boring if you want, whatever,
Right. I mean, it's all about serving the song, whatever works best for the song. I just don't think this song overall didn't sound very good.
Yeah, yeah,
But hey, man, I mean, like I said, not every song we're gonna like on this channel, so that's
true,
just how this one
true,
ended up falling.
yeah.
I'm almost really curious to just get into a second song here. This one's called "I'm Dead."
Hopefully it ain't dead.
That's not a good sign. I'll give it 1 minute.
Yeah, that's what the drummers do.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? Matt Cameron, come on. That was even slower than the last one.
Yeah, it's definitely dead. It's
Yeah, any slower it would be.
yeah, I don't know, dude.
That's
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. Poor Matt. Fucking, you know. Yeah, you got to be real stoned and be fucking jamming that.
He's like, you
Like,
guys really pulled this shit out from the 80s and remastered this? I guess we won't be checking out another song from them.
yeah, yeah. Not anytime soon.
No.
Poor Matt. Damn.
Yeah, he was like, I was hoping you guys were gonna forget all about this fucking band. You gotta
Yeah,
go and release the shit.
right, right.
We're sorry that you had to watch this. It was painful for us to sit through. We owe you. But thanks for watching anyway. We appreciate you guys. Follow us on Spotify where you get uncut content. Though we might cut this entire thing, you may only see it on Spotify. There you go. It didn't make the cut.
Right, right.
All right, guys. See ya. Thanks for watching.
I guess the fast part is when you're getting hit by meteors.